Hello, this is Isaac Coe in Miss Wolf Block 6, and this is my hero panel project. So, let's start. These are the speed comparisons. Overall, my team will be. Before we start, I would like to say that the way I judge my powers were from the movie and comic book appearances. Before we start, this is a quick overview of each character involved in the matchup. Points are out of 100, and after all everything is reviewed, all points will be tallied, and the final results will be shown, which will ultimately decide who wins what. So, on the hero team, we have Great Boy, Integrator Terminator, X Factor, and the Justifier. Great Boy has the ability to manipulate nature. Integrator Terminator is a rogue hero, fighting for justice no matter what holds him back. X Factor is a thuggish brute, capable of sending cars flying with a mere flick of his hand. But at last, but not least, the Justifier, who is also a rogue hero, using clever gadgets to trap villains and fight them. For the villains, we have Magneto, who is a hyper-intelligent supervillain from the X-Men, capable of controlling all metal, with only his hand and his mind. Juggernaut is a unstoppable brute force. He can destroy nearly everything with his bare fists. Our last villain is the Dark Knight trilogy version of Bane. Bane is a rich, intelligent, and strong criminal mastermind. He was capable of nuking Gotham City, and breaking Batman's back. He has lots of resources to help him fight. So, these are the speed comparisons between each hero and villain. Great Boy and Magneto. Magneto wins due to his ability to send himself flying with the metal boots and the metal controlling abilities. Integrator Terminator versus Magneto. Magneto also wins. Same reason as Great. Same reason as the reason he beat Great Boy. Between the X Factor and the Juggernaut, it was a very hard choice, but Juggernaut ultimately wins. Juggernaut is strong, and he can use his strength to send himself going at super speeds like a rhino, charging and crashing into everything. Between the Justifier and DKT Bane, the Justifier ultimately wins because he is the strongest and is very agile due to a superpower, allowing him to maneuver around objects that are blocking his path. These are the intelligence comparisons. So, between Great Boy and Magneto, Great Boy wins. Part of Great Boy's superhero traits is that he is hyper intelligent, so this one goes to Great Boy. Second, between the Integrator Terminator and Magneto, Integrator Terminator loses and Magneto wins. Magneto is a strong villain and is very strong with his mind, as shown in the comics and the movies, so that when Professor X can't tap into his mind, showing his intelligence. Between X Factor and Juggernaut, X Factor wins. X Factor, though he may not be very smart, he outsmarts Juggernaut by 20 points. Between Testosterone and Bane, they are both very smart and very clever in trying to fight their enemies. Bane, however, is stronger mentally, as seen by when he nearly killed Batman and all of Gotham City. So, these are the strength comparisons. Great Boy and Magneto. Although Magneto would usually win, Magneto loses because everything he controls is metal, and Great Boy controls nature. Therefore, Magneto cannot control Great Boy's main weapon, nature, causing Great Boy to win this matchup. Between the Integrator Terminator and Magneto, Integrator Terminator wins. Although most of his gadgets and armor are metal, most of it, some of it can be made out of wood with the help of Great Boy. So Integrator Terminator wins this. Between X Factor and Juggernaut, Juggernaut wins because of his simple brute force. In Deadpool 2, he is seen to be throwing buses like it's a baseball. Even X Factor cannot keep up with this level of strength. Between the Justifier and DKT Bane, DKT Bane wins again for destroying Batman's spine and nearly paralyzing them. This is a power comparison. Magneto wins against Great Boy because his power is naturally stronger than Great Boy's. Between the Integrated Terminator and Magneto, Integrated Terminator wins again because although he relies heavily on metal and metal objects to help him fight, he is also naturally very strong. Between X Factor and Juggernaut, X Factor is stronger. X Factor, when reached full potential, can unleash cold blasts of ice and could contain large explosives with his energy. Between the Justifier and Bane, Bane wins. The Justifier has no match for Bane. Although Bane has no specific superpower, he's very strong. He can snap necks like a toothpick. So, these are the results. Between Great Boy and Magneto, it's a tie. Intelligence goes to Great Boy, power goes to Magneto, strength goes to Great Boy, and speed goes to Magneto. And that's the same and for Integrator and Magneto. Intelligence goes to Magneto, power goes to Integrator Terminator, strength goes to Integrator Terminator, and speed goes to Magneto. For intelligence, X Factor wins, power, X Factor wins, and for strength, Juggernaut wins, and speed, Juggernaut wins. Now, the deciding traits. The Justifier versus Bane. For intelligence, Bane wins. For power, Bane wins. Strength, Bane wins. For speed, the Justifier wins. Conclusion. If my hero team fought against Magneto, Juggernaut, and Bane, it would be likely that the villain team would win. For all categories except for Bane and the Justifier, which ultimately tipped the scales and gave the villain team the victory. Thank you. I'm Isaac Cobb from Miss Wolf's Block 6 class, and this is my hero panel project.